I love making ignorant music, but the problem with producing it is that it gets stale fast. Trends move quickly, and that genre that was everywhere, you suddenly never hear it again. But as drum patterns and genres evolve, there's one thing that stays timeless: organic, vintage melodies. And when you blend them with the latest drum bounces, your beats will hit different. They'll feel fresh, but familiar. New, but nostalgic. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make vintage hood trap beats for artists like Nems, Central C, and Kid Wild. And we ain't gonna be trying to sample any famous songs, cause I ain't trying to get you sued. Here's the beat we're gonna be making.
No AMG, far him, Cullen and Trump. Big OMG, get big shots, listen time.
Bitch, eye contact, make them get nervous. Bro in the T ain't got no service. Bro in the stolen still ain't learning. Better than who? Better than.
I'm gonna walk you through how I made the melody, then we lay the drums down live. I started off by grabbing the Shearwater piano. Next I started off with a triad and added a fourth note, just seeing what sounded right to me. Next, using Alt S, I added a bit of strum to the notes. Then I went in and manually moved some of the notes a little off grid, so they sounded more imperfect. Then I added a top line purely using notes close together for an evil feeling. I decided to switch up the piano preset to one that sounded a little more vintage. I dropped the top line down an octave. Then I added some good old RC20 to it and used the side piano preset. Next I grabbed the BBC Symphony Orchestra. I ain't gonna lie, I hate saying the word BBC. With some violins, I added an accent pattern, again keeping notes a semitone apart for tension. Then I grabbed another BBC and laid down another accent pattern. Then I grabbed the Noir felt piano in Contact and used the vintage preset. Then just made some bass notes. Then throw on this little fill on the end. Next I grabbed the Analog Lab, then I just had this hitting at our root note. For these strings, I altered the pattern a bit to make the sample sound more mysterious towards the end of the 4-bar. Next I grabbed this Nickelodeon-ass preset. And another one. As you can see, every layer is mad simple. I'm just trying to make sure each note I lay down either accents what I already have or adds some more swing to the sample. Next I grabbed the bass guitar sample from Splice and pitched it in key with my melody. Then I RC20'd that to make it sound more distorted. Then I pitched it up 12 semitones. Grabbed the perk loop from my Elysium kit for some rhythm. Then I applied some retro tape to my master for some saturation and noise. And of course, some fresh air for brightness. Then I grabbed this starter from Splice. It had a lot of nice textures in it. I ran that through retro tape too. Then I cut holes in it to give it more rhythm. By the way, if any of you are struggling at the moment, your beats ain't hitting the way you want, your melodies sound lifeless, you're posting your music and getting crickets, things don't have to be this way. Sometimes getting the right help can seriously cut down the time it takes for you to reach your goals. Time is the one currency you can't get back. Take my student Riam, whose arrangement and mixing has completely leveled up over the last few weeks.
So this went so much better than I expected, honestly.
Really?
Thank you so much. And you're a fantastic teacher as well.
I'm glad to know that I'm able to like actually teach instead of it just be a YouTube video.
Yeah, it's exciting to be part of this.
Or just look at my student Kenny. After only 2 weeks of working with me, he's already seeing massive improvements in his beats that he hasn't seen in months. It's all gonna come with time. You just need to be patient. Even in the last 30 minutes, I'm pretty sure you've found some stuff that's gonna help you.
Yeah, I found out that don't put so much shit in there because it's just not working out for you.
What I call it is you're just adding way too much seasoning to the meal. Take a second and check out the link in the description if this sounds like something you might be interested in. Anyway, onto the drums. All right, now I want this to be like a placement beat, so I ain't gonna get too lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual with this shit. I'm just gonna use minimal sounds. I don't know how I said that with a straight face. But yeah, I'm just gonna use minimal sounds and we're gonna let the sample carry what's going on. Let's drag on our master preset. Drop the volume a little. Let's kill the low end. Let's add a couple more notes for some subtle bounce. Let's hold Alt, mouse wheel to drop the velocity. Control B to copy those over. Now we want to keep using organic sounds, so let's go for a snap. Copy this over. Up the velocity a bit. Now I want... Let's try this clap with the open hat. But we're not gonna make it hit like constantly. Let's just grab the spins. I ain't gonna do all that extra layering 808s bullshit like I usually do. I just want this to smack and just have space. Let's drop everything except for the hold. If you don't know how to just drop these quickly, hold Alt, use your mouse wheel, then you can just go like that. And I'm just gonna copy this snare pattern into here. But let's pitch these up. We know from our sample that we're at G minor, so let's drop this down to G. Control L to extend these, but I'm gonna get rid of these notes and just go like that. Subtle note here is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Sounds like it's hitting a bit too deep. Pause, so let's try 1, 2. Then let's also pitch up the melody. 1, 2. Let's boost the 808 a bit. And I want that 808 to be a bit tighter, so let's use the out knob. Control C in this box, Control V it into here. But let's pitch this to C because this sounds better than this. Let's get rid of these middle notes. Let's get rid of these ones too. Let's just lay it down at the first note of every 4 bar. Let's grab this crash as well, but drop the volume right down. Make that really subtle. For this part here, since we have that nice little bass guitar coming in, I think what I'm gonna do is this EQ, get rid of the lows from the melody, We're gonna EQ it off for this section just so we get that bass back in there. Maybe we'll switch up the drums for here as well. I think I'd make a nice intro actually. Let's move this over. So make this unique. Let's get rid of the 808s. Let's copy the snare patterns here, see what that sound is on. Just drop this down to like A sharp. I think maybe this 808 pattern could be edited so it kind of rides the sample more. Maybe we could do like... I think we'll just have this part going throughout as the verse because it's just hard. And we can use this as a bridge. Split these. Just before the drop here, let's get rid of these. Pattern it a bit to the left.